Namaste. Welcome all the learners in NIOS video. Today's subject is English for secondary level. Lesson number 7. The name of the lesson is The Shoe Shine. Shoe shine here means shoes after polishing show a shine. This is a story of a shoes polished person. First, difficult words. Straightly going to the chapter, let's read few difficult words. First word is persist. For saying something again and again. For example, a person keeps coming to your doorstep and showing you some product that is a good product and convincing you to buy that product. Calcutta, Kolkata. Old spelling of Calcutta is Kolkata. New spelling is Calcutta. Hesitatingly. Little nervousness. Stopping dead means shocked. For example, you get shocked by getting someone's news of marriage, or when you see the electricity bill is much higher than you expected, you also get shocked. Persuading means doing something but not agreeing it, and after the convincing of someone else, you will agree to the given statement. Status. Position in society means status. For example, there is a doctor, a hawker, or a businessman. A person asked to a doctor, what was your education for becoming a doctor? It said MBBS. then we automatically think that the given person is good in status. We judge a person from his or her job. We value them in a society from the job or the salary they are getting. That means status. Next word is reluctantly, means you are not willing to do something, but person forces you to do that thing. For example, after getting a weekly job, may you get tired and on the weekends you want to rest. But a person again and again calling you to visit some place called reluctantly. For example, you think you are getting fat and you plan you will wake up at 6 a.m. and after waking up you will do your own work. Despair. Despair means losing hope. Deserted means all alone. When a person feels all alone is called deserted. Goodwill. For example, you want to buy something, you will always prefer shopping from top brands or buy something from a mall. Why? Because it has a goodwill in the society and good value. It shows goodwill of something. For example, I want to buy a laptop. I ask my friend where to buy a laptop. Person say buy from that particular shop. I go there and buy a laptop. That is called goodwill. Correspondence means letter. Letter for any use. That is called letter. Hawker. A person who sells fruit, vegetables or anything that you need in street is termed as hawker. hawkers are in every place. They move from one place to another place. They have no fixed shop. Smallpox. Smallpox is a medical condition in which person falls ill. Illegal means not approved by the law. For example, there are some places where parking is not allowed, or there are some roads which are one-way road. Crossing that from another side is illegal in the terminology of law. There are some rules which we have to follow. Dispersed. Moving out. Dispersed means moving from one place to another place one by one. Cream. Cream can be of any type. Shoe cream, face cream, hand or feet cream, etc. There are different kinds of cream used for different purposes. Afford. It means buying something which you can easily buy from savings. It is important to maintain the balance between your expenditures and savings. Now the words has been finished. Let's move to the explanation part. There are many educated young people who very often have to wait for sometimes before they get jobs of their liking. Is there anything they could do in this free period? Suppose you are one of such unemployed. What kind of job would you prefer to take up? Take your choice. First, shoeshine. Second, labor. Third, rickshaw puller. Fourth, a newspaper vendor. Fifth, a door-to-door salesperson. And the last, anything else. Anything what you like to do or anything what you want to pursue in that free period. Let us read the story to find out what an educated, unemployed young man choose to do in such a trying situation. Imagine you are a college student and have come to a big city like Delhi. You cannot get a job and have got only about 5 rupees in your hand. What would you like to do? Read what Shashti Bharata, a well-known writer, did in similar situation. The name of the writer of this lesson is Shashti Bharata. I was standing outside the tea house in Connaught Circus. Idly watching the traffic. I wonder if I could afford a cup of coffee and a plate of potato chips when a shoe shine walked up and put down his box in front of me. Cream and polish, sir? He asked. Your shoes do need a polish, sir, the boy persisted. Yes, I know, I said smilingly, but I can't afford it. Can't afford it? The shoeshine replied, joining me with a smile. Only 4 annas, sir. The shoeshine tell the cost of shoe polish is 4 annas. I haven't got 4 annas for a shoe polish, I said, walking away. But there was a puzzled and hurt expression on his face, as if I was making fun of him. You see, I am looking for a job. The boy picked up his box and started walking with me. Can't get a job with dirty shoes like that, sir. The boss sahibs won't like it. The boss sahibs don't seem to like me in any case. I answered, beginning to get irritated. Polished shoes won't make things better. You don't live in Delhi? He said after a while. No, I replied formally. I come from Calcutta and I don't want my shoes polished. I have an uncle who works in Calcutta. He went on, earns a lot of money in the house of Bengali Babu. Instantly, the thought seized me. And how much do you earn? I questioned. Oh, it all depends. On a bad day, about 3 rupees. On a good day, where there are lots of tourists, about 5, and sometimes more. I did a spot of quickly calculations in my mind. The answer sent a shiver through me. The Sushine earned more than Ram Singh, a clerk in a government office. Here, at last, was a solution. Do you think? I asked hesitantly. What, sir? Polished shoe. Like you, I mean. Polished shoe? The boy asked, stopping dead. On pavements? Like me. I didn't expect the loud laugh that followed. It took me a lot of persuading Shovan Lal, for that was his name, refused to believe that I wasn't making fun of him. he had to leave school 2 years before his matriculation. Why should I want to do his job when I had been to university? Shovan was not able to get this thought. If he could speak English, he certainly wouldn't be polishing other people's shoe. He would sit in an office and be a sahib himself, earning a regular monthly salary. But he hadn't been born under a lucky star. His father had died of smallpox about 3 years ago. No shoe shining was no job for an educated man like myself. What would my friends say? Shovan was not able to overcome this thought that I want to pursue his job. Now let's take a break.
करने राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने। की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से और जागे मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना जीवन जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना जीवन स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने, हम
I explained that I had no friends in Delhi, that I had left home without sitting through my exams, and most importantly, that even if I did apply for a clerk job, I would be earning less than him. But think of the status of working in an office with an electric fan over your head, Shovanlal argued. There is that, I suppose, I replied, smiling. But I have to get a job straight away. I want to start a job right now. Well, my friend said, reluctantly giving in. If you really want to, I don't know how others will take it. There is a shoe shine union. You know, and Connaught Circus is a profitable place. If there's an extra shoe shine, it means that everyone else earns a little bit less. Maybe other persons were not comfortable by joining you because of earning less. I hadn't thought of it like that. And Shovanlal has opened up a whole new world for me. For the moment, I lost the feeling of hopelessness and despair which had possessed me ever since I arrived in Delhi. To work as a shoe shine become my most important goal in life. But if I can persuade the others, Shovanlal said, breaking into my thoughts, you need to get all stuff like box, brushes, cream, polish and some rags. Yes, of course, I replied, drawn back to reality once again. And how much will it all cost? About 10 or 12 rupees. Shovanlal answered, shouldn't be much more than that. Really? I said and started laughing. Why? What's that matter? Don't you believe me? Of course I believe you, but the simple fact is that I only have 5 rupees and some loose changes. This time Shovanlal was really shocked. His mouth fell open and his eyes shot up in a surprise. You mean you really mean? I am afraid I do, I replied. You see, I could never have an electric fan over my head. He closed his eyes and his face became thoughtful while he put his hand inside the pocket of his half pants several times. Well, he said, he shall have to find a way. It was nearly 6 o'clock and we walked a few yards in silence towards the Rivoli cinema where a show had just ended. Shovanlal quickened his steps. I must work now, but you come to see me at 11 o'clock after the last show. Then I shall talk with my friends and see what they say. All right, I nodded as I watched him to walk away. And don't worry, he shouted just before he turned the corner. If they let you work here, we will find the money somehow. I walked along the streets of Delhi. I wonder what the history of my country meant to be. Here was a land where man had achieved greatness on every plane: astronomy, algebra, architecture, even poetry, music, and art. Yet, in this very city where 7 empires had come and gone, where Akbar and Ashoka ruled. You can see the picture of Akbar and Ashoka on the left hand side. Above picture is of Akbar and the lower picture of is Ashoka. I could not get a job, and a boy like Shovan Lal had not been able to finish his schooling. By 11 o'clock, I had walked 8 miles when I met Shovan Lal. Knot Circus was nearly deserted. Hello, Shovan Lal said, greeting in Hindi. Hello, I replied, as a few men around him moved aside to let me come to him. These are my friends, Shovan Lal added, waving his hand over the group. What do they have to say about my working with them here in Knot Circus? Well, Shovan Lal replied, pulling a face. Just then, one of the younger men started speaking very fast in a strange dialect that I could not easily follow. This was taken up by an older man, and in few minutes 4 others joined in. When they stopped talking, Shovan Lal, who had been quiet all this time, translated for me. The union was having trouble with authorities. They had refused to grant a license to the shoe shine. Although hawkers could apply for one. So, in effect, polishing shoe on the pavement was illegal, like begging, and one had to depend on the goodwill of the policeman. The head of the shoeshine union knew some English, but obviously someone with better knowledge of the language would be of great help. So, though most of group was against letting me in, they had reluctantly added to give me a chance, provided I helped out with the correspondence. I literally jumped for joy and gave Shovan Lal a close hug. They also say, he added, that we take collection for you to buy the box and the rest of the material. So you can keep the 5 rupees to buy food and other things till you begin to earn a little, and after few weeks of working you can pay back the money for the box. A toffee tin was passed around. And little over 7 rupees was collected that evening. We will get more tomorrow, Shovan said, when the rest are here. You know, there are 30 of us who work in Connaught Circus. The group dispersed and I went home with Shovan that night. Benefit of positivity in the workplace. First point, it reduces your stress. Second point, it produces more energy to do work. Third, improve customer relations. Fourth, motivate others on work. Fifth, don't look for big things. Just do small things in a great way. Same if you show interest in your work. Similarly, as shoe shine, you will get succeed in your work and you will find happiness in that any work also. There is no shame in doing any kind of work. If you are 10th fail, or if you are thinking that how you will get job, how you will get success in your life, there are so many opportunities for you. You can take one small work at a time and make a step from there. So far now, the difficult words and the explanation of the chapter Shoe Shine lesson 7 English has been finished. I hope you all understood. Thank you. Namaste.